January 1, 1800, the Dutch East Indies Company dissolves. January 7, 1800, the Virginia General Assembly adopted the Report of 1800. January 8, 1800, wild boar of Auvergne was discovered in southern France. March 14, 1800, Luigi Chiaramonti crowned Pope Pius VII. March 19, 1800, James Watson resigned his appointment as the naval officer. March 20, 1800, the French defeats the Turks at Heliopolis, Turkey. April 3, 1800, Federalist Gouverneur Morris was elected to fill the Senate seat representing New York. April 24, 1800, Adams signed into law an act establishing the Library of Congress and moving the national capital from Philadelphia to Washington, D.C. April 29, 1800, the first regular elections to the House of Representatives for the 7th Congress began in New York. May 10, 1800, the Slave Trade Act of 1800 was signed into law. May 11, 1800, American forces captured a French ship and Spanish fort in the harbor of what is now Puerto Plata in Dominican Republic. May 21, 1800, Adams issued a general amnesty to all participants in the rebellion. June 6, 1800, Federalist Congressman Dwight Foster of Massachusetts's 4th Congressional District was selected to fill Dexter's vacancy in the Senate representing Massachusetts. June 7, 1800, Federalist Congressman John Marshall of Virginia's 13th Congressional District resigned following his appointment as Secretary of State. June 17, 1800, several congregants of the Red River Meeting House in Logan County, Kentucky fell into ecstasy during a sermon. July 10, 1800, Connecticut ceded the Connecticut Western Reserve to the federal government, which in turn annexed it to the Northwest Territory. August 4, 1800, with more states coming in, the U.S. reached 5,308,483. August 11, 1800, the Supreme Court held in a decision in Mossman v. Higginson that the parties to a suit must be so described as to show on the record that the court has jurisdiction. August 15, 1800, in a decision in Bars v. Tinney, the Supreme Court held that France was an enemy of the United States under a 1799 salvage law because, although Congress had not declared war, it had taken actions concomitant with a state of war. September 22, 1800, American forces arrived to expel French forces from Curaçao. September 25, 1800, the French occupiers fled Curaçao. British forces took possession of the island and seized local merchant ships, including American ships. September 30, 1800, France and the United States signed the Convention of 1800, ending the war. The convention terminated the Treaty of Alliance and guaranteed that each nation would grant the other most favored nation's status. October 31, 1800, the last delegates to the Electoral College were selected by the General Assembly of South Carolina, giving the Democratic-Republican Party a majority. November 6, 1800, Federalist Congressman Samuel Lyman of Massachusetts's 3rd Congressional District resigned, which the Democratic-Republican, John Armstrong, Jr., was elected nearly unanimously to fill the Senate seat representing New York left vacant by the resignation of Federalist John Lawrence. November 8, 1800, Federalist Senator Benjamin Goodhue of Massachusetts resigned his seat and retired from politics. November 11, 1800, Adams delivered a speech to a joint session of the Congress in which he celebrated the Capitol's move to its permanent home in Washington, D.C. November 14, 1800, Federalist Jonathan Mason was elected to the Senate seat representing Massachusetts left vacant by Goodhue's resignation. November 20, 1800, the first regular election to the Senate for the 7th Congress began, in Kentucky. December 1, 1800, Federalist Senator James Lloyd of Maryland resigned his seat. December 3, 1800, The Electoral College cast an equal number of votes for Democratic Republicans Jefferson and Aaron Burr, sending them to a runoff election in the House. December 12, 1800, Federalist William Hindman was elected to the Senate seat representing Maryland, left vacant by Lloyd's resignation. December 15, 1800, Federalist Ebenezer Mattoon was unanimously elected in a special election to fill Lyman's seat representing Massachusetts' 3rd Congressional District. December 21, 1800, Federalist Congressman Thomas Hartley of Pennsylvania's 8th Congressional District died. 1801, vanadium, at atomic number 23, and niobium, at atomic number 41, were discovered. January 1801, Ceres was discovered as the first asteroid. March 4, 1801, Thomas Jefferson was elected as the 3rd president by the House of Representatives. 1802, tantalum, at atomic number 73, was discovered. March 28, 1802, Pallas was discovered as the 2nd asteroid. April 1802, Beethoven moved to Heiligenstadt. October 1802, Beethoven moved back to Bonn. 1803, palladium, at 46, cerium, at 58, osmium, at 76, and iridium, at 77, were discovered. March 1, 1803, Ohio became the 17th state. April 30, 1803, the U.S. purchased the Louisiana Territory for $15 million. May 2, 1803, Robert Livingston signs the Treaty of Cession. October 20, 1803, the U.S. Senate ratifies the Louisiana Purchase. December 17, 1803, the Louisiana Purchase transferred for $27 million. 1804, rhodium, at number 45, was discovered. Which is the world reached 1 billion people. Which is also Juno was discovered as the 3rd asteroid. January 1, 1804, Haiti gained independence. 1804, Lewis and Clark began their journey west. June 5, 1804, the 12th Amendment to the United States Constitution was ratified. July 11, 1804, Alexander Hamilton was fatally wounded. December 5, 1804, Jefferson was re-elected as the 3rd president. September 1806, Lewis and Clark reached west. 1807, Robert Fulton invented the steamboat. Which sodium, at 11, and potassium, at 19, were discovered. March 29, 1807, Vesta was discovered as the 4th asteroid. December 22, 1807, the Embargo Act of 1807 was passed, but it did not ban the slave trade. 1808, the international slave trade was outlawed. Which boron, at number 5, and calcium, at number 20, were discovered. December 7, 1808, James Madison was elected as the 4th president. 1809, Madison was inaugurated. March 1, 1809, the 6th Non-Intercourse Act was passed. 1810, the Supreme Court issues a decision in Fletcher v. Peck which overturns a state law. Which fluorine, at number 9, was discovered. August 6, 1810, the U.S. reached 7,239,881. 1811, iodine, at number 53, was discovered. May 14, 1811, Paraguay gained independence from Spain. July 5, 1811, Venezuela gained independence from Spain. 1812, the War of 1812 starts. April 30, 1812, during the War of 1812, Louisiana became the 18th state. December 2, 1812, Madison was re-elected president, and Elbridge Gerry was elected vice president. 1813, Francis Lowell opened the Boston Manufacturing Company. August 24, 1814, the British troops burned Washington, D.C., but were forced back at Baltimore. September 14, 1814, the Star-Spangled Banner was written by Francis Scott Key. December 24, 1814, the Treaty of Ghent ends the War of 1812. January 8, 1815, The Battle of New Orleans starts. July 9, 1816, Argentina gained independence from Spain.